My favorite transit memory is getting to go to Camp Caswell every year and grow closer to my friends and learn about God.
My favorite transit memory is back the first year I went to the fall retreat for Caswell, and we had hung our hammocks up underneath the beach house, and one of my friends had gotten in the hammock and was swinging two other people, and it ripped on the bottom, and both of the girls came flying out of the bottom of the hammock.
My favorite transit memory would have to be all of us singing I'll Fly Away, like randomly, like walking down the street, like of like just walking anywhere at Caswell, someone will start singing it and then everybody would just join in and start singing it randomly.
My biggest regret is not being in transit for longer, because I was only here for like a year and a half maybe, but I've actually been at Hopewell for like 3.5 years, but I didn't really get involved because I didn't know anybody, so I don't know. When I don't know people, I kind of like shelter myself, but my favorite memories from Dino this year, it was my favorite thing ever. I've never felt the presence of God so much in one room. It was actually insane, and our speaker, TJ, he was awesome. I loved him. I can't wait to work with him when I go to the Dominican, but my favorite thing ever so far was Dino, because it was just so much fun. It was so much fun. And I wish the weekend had been longer, but I'm excited for Caswell's now because I feel like it's going to be that, but 10 times better.
My favorite transit memory is going to Caswell and sitting in the room at night with Mr. Mike and all the boys sharing our testimonies, and got pretty deep, so shout out to them.
My favorite transit memory is worshiping at Caswell and DNOW, because you can feel his presence and it's really just amazing to sit back and watch.
My favorite transit memory is my first Caswell that I went to and how I saw everybody and how God worked during that week.
My favorite transit memory is the girls' night we had a few weeks ago where all the girls just came and we all were just able to talk and engage and just say what was on our mind to each other without anyone judging or anything like that.
My favorite transit memory would probably be last year. It was my first time at Caswell, and I really liked that, and doing the hatch worship.
My favorite transit memory is Fort Worship at Caswell.
My favorite transit memory would be Fort Worship at Caswell. It's just very exciting and it's nice to see everyone and how they worship.
My favorite transit memory is the trips that we went on DNOW and Caswell. The fellowship and community have is just really unforgettable.
My favorite transit memory is definitely going to Caswell every year because our group always grows closer together. It's a great place to make memories, new friendships are made, inside jokes, and ultimately it's a great place to experience the presence of God with other Christians our age.
During my time at Transit, I learned that there are people who have a kingdom mindset and people that you can talk to about God and people that will be there for you.
I learned how to grow in my faith and be surrounded by like-minded Christians and not contain my life with worldly things.
Transit has taught me to be confident in my faith and stand my ground and know who I am as a child of God.
The biggest thing that I learned was how to be a Christ-like teenager, because as a teenager, you hear all these things in church, and it's not that they don't apply to you, but they're adult topics, and sometimes you don't know how to relate that to yourself, because you're like, well, I'm not married, like that type of stuff. So being in transit is something that I take to heart so well, because I know that I'm not alone, and there's people in my age group that can relate to the things that I'm going through or what I'm feeling. So my favorite thing is being able to relate and learning how to be the best Christian teenager that I can be.
I learned from Transit to walk the Christian life, both in and out of school and in my daily life.
I learned from Transit that it's okay to be a follower of God and you're gonna get judged anyway, but that's okay.
I learned from Transit not to be afraid to walk up to other people and ask them how their week's been and just to get to know them a little bit better.
Transit taught me to always look to the Lord for everything, no matter if I need help or not, that God's always there for me and will be there for me through it all.
I learned from transit that all my decisions should be God-centered decisions because they'll affect me in the future. What I learned from transit is to better take notes, like in your quiet time, and taking Bible notes.
I learned that you have a big support group and you have everyone that you can go to for anything.
I learned in transit that we need to love each other and build these relationships up so that we, in turn, can build each other up in Christ.
I learned how important it is to surround yourself with other Christians because those are the people that are going to uplift you, walk alongside you in your walk with Christ, and be there for you no matter what.
The advice I would give is to build good, God-centered relationships with friends and family and not to be ashamed of the gospel.
I would give the advice to younger students to go on all of the trips and camps and events that you can go to because you'll get a lot out of it and it's really worth it and you'll make friends and learn more about yourself and about Jesus.
Camp is what you make it. You have to come in with a positive attitude, and you have to come into transit with a positive attitude in order to have fun and make friends. It's just the best way to do it.
My biggest advice is to be involved. Do all the things that are there. Go to the Wednesday nights, go to the trips. Even if maybe your friend's not going, it's okay because you'll end up finding friends while you're there. And then if you don't end up going, you'll totally regret it. Like this year, I'm gonna totally call out my brother right now, but he chose not to go to D now this year, and it was a big regret for him. He was so mad at himself that he did not go. So the second Caswell was open, he was like, I'm going. I'm like, good. So being involved is the biggest thing because once it's too late and there's nothing else to go to and it's your last event, then you'll be sad that you missed out on all the other stuff. So do all the stuff. Make all the friends, talk to people, and which I know is a lot to say. It's actually hard, but once you find your people, it's fun.
I'd advise students still attending transit to invite friends, make it fun, really listen to what the teachers have to say and just put it in your daily life.
Just be yourself, and nobody's really gonna judge you for who you are.
I would give them the advice of don't be afraid to walk up to somebody new and get to know them a little bit better by just asking them how their week's been or what are you going to do tomorrow.
Advice I would give to the ones still attending transit is whenever you go to events or anything like that, just try to focus on what they're talking about and not like your phone or what's going on in the outside world. Just try to tune into what you're learning.
The advice I give to students still attending transit would be nice to everyone. Everyone has bad days, but it doesn't make them a bad person, so always be kind.
Advice I would give to transit students is stay close to your good friends and make great memories with them.
My advice to the students still in transit would be to take advantage of all the trips and really get involved with the transit.
The advice I would give is to get involved with each other, just talk to one another. Even if you don't know the person that well, at least try to get to know them some so you can have someone to talk to, or they can have someone to talk to.
The advice that I would give to the students still attending transit is to go on our youth trips and go to the youth events because that's where new friendships are made. You're going to grow closer to the youth group as a whole, and your relationship with God is going to skyrocket if you're surrounding yourself with people who have a love for Jesus and a longing to be with Him and learn more about Him.
I would like to say thank you to all the leaders who put time and effort into teaching us each week and planning their lessons and for being there for us.
I would say thank you to all of the leaders I've had and all of the leaders that I have right now, and especially to Matt since we're his first graduating class. It's kind of a big deal, and I'm just proud of the stance that he's taken to assist middle and high school. And it just means a lot that they've put time and effort into the students too.
Leaders, thank y'all so much for everything y'all done for us. You come here every Wednesday, you come here every Sunday. You're always involved and you help us out so much. You give your time to us and really appreciate it.
I would love to say so much thanks to everybody, but it's hard to say thank you to everybody. But my big shout outs go to Miss Heather, Miss Cindy, and Miss Kelly, because those are the ladies that are most present in my D group classes personally, for my time and which week, or you know what I mean. But I don't know how they deal with us girls in there. We get on one topic and then we totally just go 5 million other places, and they just let us talk and let us like go off on whatever we want. So I really appreciate them letting us talk on Sundays and dealing with us in the bunk rooms screaming at 2 o'clock in the morning for absolutely no reason, and getting no sleep. But it's okay because they love us. So but without them, I don't even know where I would be. They pull our entire Sundays together and our trips together, and I just love them so dearly, and I'm going to miss them, but I know I will keep in touch with them. But I love all of my leaders, and I love Hannah, and I love Matt, and everybody else.
Shout out Mr. Mike, Mr. David, the real OGs. Thank you for everything you've done for me, and especially Pastor Matt, all the scholarship recommendation letters and everything that you've done, taking us to Caswell, D now, and everything else you do for us. Thank you.
Thank you guys for everything that you guys done for me for the past 6 years, and I will miss you guys a lot.
I'd just like to say thank you to those leaders because they've helped me through a lot of hard times, and I've also been helped through some hard times I'm still going through now by those leaders.
I would like to thank all my leaders for everything they did for me, because I wouldn't be where I am today without all of their help. So thank y'all.
I would like to say thank you to Matt and Hannah for always making me feel included and always providing a good time for everyone. Something I want to say to my leaders is thank you for always being there to help us get through hard times and fun times.
Thank you for all the time and the support that you've given us, and for the commitment you have made to transit.
To all my leaders, I thank you so much for your time, the energy, the love that you've all shown us. It really means a lot, and I will remember it going into college.
Thank you for putting up with our craziness and our constant high energy. Thank you for being there for us and for loving us no matter what. And thank you for being some of my biggest role models and for showing me what it means to love like Christ. We love you.